Hello, ladies and gentlemen, dude and dudettes. I am Matt Burns, and with me, as always, he is my partner in crime. He is the ultimate tag team partner. He is John Below.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is very obviously not Paul Heyman. Hi, I'm JB. How are you doing?
Yeah, you know, even though I've just called him John Below, he will forever always be known as JB.
Either works. It's all good.
It works. He's always been the JB.
Yes.
But anyway.
Not to be confused with any other famous JBs.
Yes.
You know, like Jimmy Broadbent or Jeremy Borash or any other people whose initials might be JB that you can think of, because I can only think of them two off the top of my head.
John Bradshaw.
Layfield. Anyway, yes.
Why not?
I am just me.
Why not? But anyway.
It's me. It's that irritating gobshite JB. Hey! Don't call me that. I heard you.
I never said a thing.
Someone did, and it wasn't one of my alternative personalities. Or it might have been. Who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway, this is The Burning Truth, which means, oh yeah, we're a broadcast about wrestling. So shall we talk about wrestling now?
Yeah, let's talk about wrestling. But anyway, would you kindly?
Oh yeah, before we talk about wrestling, since one of the topics today, might be a throwback to this, in the finest tradition of said thing, the following broadcast may contain discussion about wrestling which will result in language not suitable for younger listeners, listeners of a nervous disposition, and certain other listeners. This broadcast may also contain strobe lighting effects.
Yes. And in case you want the translation of that, there may be a few swear words. We do apologise, but it may be unsuitable for younger listeners or people who may not like swearing.
Yeah, essentially, some of the things we're going to discuss mean we may get no other way to describe them than having a slight potty mouth, but we will try and keep it to a minimum and give you a warning in direct, a couple of minutes before the rants happen, so that you can still listen to the rest of the show. You can just zone out for that bit if that's not your bag.
I'm just looking at the list right now.
The list. Your name
Topic discussions.
will also go on the list. What is it? No, which
Topic
list?
discussions.
Ah, okay.
We may actually have a clear episode, as in no soapbox.
Good Lord. Well, don't curse it. We may still have one, but let's aim for that, shall we? Because wonders never cease. There's a first time for everything. Yeah. By the way, did you like how I massively aged myself when you mentioned lists? What list did I mention? Did I mention Chris Jericho's list? No, nope. I made a joke from Dad's Army that first went on air 50 years ago on television. Yes. Well done.
I got the reference.
I'm officially old. Sorry about that.
I got the reference.
I know you did.
Just
I didn't know if our listeners did. I was just clarifying, just in case. Because
we
don't want them to be left in the dark, do we?
True. And it's also a bit of historical trivia on some British comedy.
Indeed.
Haha. Comedy. Anyway, moving on. But anyway, we've got to
I've got to get that
quickly...
in because I can't refer to Bronson Reed as you stupid boy anymore. Because he's not stupid boy Bronson Reed anymore. He's now the colossal Bronson Reed. Which, while generic, is 1,000 times better. I approve wholeheartedly, and good on WWE for recognising that his original nickname was crap. Sorry, you want to do this show in some form of order, don't you? Please, tell people what we're going to be talking about, and I'll shut up for a minute.
All right. We've got to discuss one of our usual topics that we have to we always cover every week, and the fact that the Burning Truth still stands behind Black Lives Matter and hashtag speaking out.
And always will. Yes.
Yes. We always will. The message is always there. our microphone and, our air timers are still available for anyone who wants to speak on the matter.
Absolutely. Although, as we always state as a little preamble to that, it will be open only for people who want to speak on the matter in a completely, these events have already happened and the relevant authorities have already been contacted kind of way. We really would rather you didn't come on and sling baseless accusations around.
Or anything in regards to the fact of if it is being investigated.
If it is ongoing,
Yeah, do not mention any details of it as such, because we don't want it being effective, the investigation.
Absolutely.
And as such, it will just be the topic in relation to the topic and nothing more.
Yes.
But anyway.
But needless to say, if you do want to speak out, those are the only real conditions. Other than that, the floor will be yours. So,
if anybody wants to discuss the topics of how you think, what your thoughts are of Black Lives Matter and hashtag speaking out, the mic's there.
Absolutely.
And when we say that, we don't mean.
We don't
how
mean that I'll do what I do to Matt Burns all the time, which is talk over him and finish his sentences and monopolise the whole show, and you'll just be in the background. We actually mean we'll give the floor to you, and wonders never cease, but apparently this is possible. I'll shut up.
Huh? But anyway, that is all we have to say for this week in regards to that. Let's move on to our regular scheduled programme.
Yes. See, if I don't say anything for more than 30 seconds like that, Matt Burns starts to genuinely worry that my connection has cut off.
Pretty much.
Anyway,
yes, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, as we've already discussed, we are doing this through the power of the internet. And let's just state this for the record. If there is an odd occasional unusual noise, we do apologise. But understand, at this moment in time, we are currently doing it
we are currently
so far.
Located about a couple of 100 miles apart through the wonders of the internet. Me in my bedsit hovel in East Anglia, and King Matt Burns in his Midlands castle.
I wish.
Well, I'm not lying about me living in a hovel. Anyway.
But anyway, the point being is, we've got plenty of discussions to talk about. We've got to discuss a bit of continuation of Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I think we should start with that, actually, since you mentioned
We've also got to talk about a bit of NXT UK.
Yes, it's not dead. Yes, it's restarting. Yes, there is more important news to come.
We've also got to talk about something that happened on AEW.
We have got to. We have dropped a hint. I have dropped hints about what that might be already, so the more astute among you may have worked it out. But if you haven't, we'll tell you what that is in a few minutes.
Yeah, Masker. Anyway, we'll move on. And of course, we've also got the epic wrestling moment,
which this week is actually bloody epic. It's one of them.
It's one of them. A lot of people saying, "How can it be epic when it's not?" To some people, it's a bad moment. To others, it's not.
Well, to some it's bad. To some it's good, but it's undeniably epic. It's one of those moments that WWE strive to create. That's what they created the rather cliche-ridden catch-all term WrestleMania moments for.
Pretty much. And it's one of them moments where, whether you love it, you hate it.
It's the best thing going today. Sorry, what?
Yeah. You got where I was going with it.
Yeah.
You got where I was going with it.
Reference for good measure. Why the hell not?
Why the hell not?
Indeed. But yeah,
I did just have another discussion. I did have another discussion in my mind a few minutes ago, and it's just completely gone out my head, but I think it was an additional subject.
Before the end, make a note of it and we'll cover it before we get to the awesome moment, by all means.
Yeah. That's fine.
But for now, shall we start with Little Miss Bliss?
Would you kindly?
Or as I think she would rather be known, as she keeps dropping hints as such, Little Miss Abigail. Or, to give her an informal title, if you don't know her that well, Sister Abigail.
Excuse me?
Well, if last week on WWE television is anything to go by, when she, oh yeah, nothing serious, just stole the move of the same name, made famous by Bray Wyatt, in a match against... My mind's gone blank. Who was the match against?
You mean the Fatal 4-Way this week?
Yes.
This week, which was Cross, your favourite person, and Tamina.
My favourite person?
In the women's division.
Everyone's favourite, longest reigning SmackDown Women's Champion in history.
No.
Oh, you're being sarcastic when you say my favourite person?
Yeah.
That doesn't narrow it down much.
Right hook.
Right hook, Clyde. Are you making rather unsalutary references to Nia Jax?
No. No.
I would just like to point out, for legal reasons, that is not what Matt Burns meant. Just tell me who you mean, because I'm clearly going to get us in trouble before I get the answer right.
Lacey Evans.
Ah, yes. Or to give her full title, Lacey fucking Evans. See how the rumour mill leads me to jump to conclusions there. It's not good. Oh, well, on the plus side, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a brief pause while Matt Burns goes and gets new pants, because I think he's just wet them.
Oh, good lord.
Unintended comedy. It's the best kind.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, but anyway, yeah, it was in the 4-way. Who did she hit it on?
I'm trying to think of who it was, but I know she didn't win the match.
It might have been Nikki Cross.
It may have been, but however, Nikki Cross did
Impact. Former best friend and all that.
Yeah, but take into account, Nikki Cross was the one who ended up winning the match.
Yeah.
And become the new number one contender.
Because basically there's no one else left that hasn't already challenged Bayley, is there?
Yes, but at the same time, wait until Sasha gets back.
Well, yeah.
Especially after the scathing promo that happened this week.
Fun.
And when I say scathing, I mean...
You mean, holy crap, Bayley, your days are numbered.
If you're Sasha... Oh no, the promo I will say is typical generic heel, but with a twist. It's just when you thought you were using me, I was using you. I never thought you was my friend.
Mm.
And it was just... But then she even turned around and picked on Michael Cole again. You want to know the answers, don't you, Michael Cole?
Yeah, he probably does. He wants to know everything, including how he's still employed after 25 years. Sorry, what?
Anyway.
Jesus, what is wrong with me? I do not want to get the Burning Truth sued. Stop it, Brain. Stop it.
Anyway, let's continue.
Yes.
Alexa Bliss hitting Sister Abigail is absolutely amazing. Because,
right.
Where have we heard this before?
Only pretty much every hint at Bray Wyatt's been dropping for about the
No, not just that. Where have we heard someone call for Alexa Bliss to be called Sister Abigail? Where have we heard that before?
Would that be on the little known backwater of a broadcast, The Burning Truth, with one Mr. Generic Z-list celebrity M. Burns, Esquire? The record-setting, soon-to-be award-winning broadcaster Burning Truth with legendary pro wrestler, promoter, and all-round genius Matt Burns.
Listen, you don't need to do that much. Calm down. I'm not getting rid of you, and I'm not a heel.
Yeah, but I did just slate you, so I thought fair's fair. I'll give you both sides of the coin.
That's fine.
Anyway,
That's fine.
Was it you? Is the upshot of that?
If I'm not mistaken, multiple weeks I've actually called for that to happen. Why haven't they done it?
Since, way before they dropped a hint that it might happen at that swamp shit fest show match fight.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah. So if they do pull the trigger on that, great.
And it's looking like it is.
Can I be the first to say I'm really, really looking forward to the first time when the lights go out and everyone goes, "Oh, Bray Wyatt's here," and then when the lights come up, Alexa Bliss is there.
Yeah, I am.
That's going to mess people's heads.
Do you know what I'm looking forward to?
Go on.
The first check from WWE.
Checks made payable to the Burning Truth.
Soon as I called it.
Yes. Hey, co-host, 15% cut, remember? I'm
that's fine.
bloody in poverty here.
No, that's fine. No worries. But 50-50.
Throw a couple of gold coins my way off the roof of your mansion.
Well, my mansion. I wish I was in a mansion. But anyway, the point being is, anything payments, just pay to the Burning Truth and it will go into both accounts. But anyway,
absolutely.
Moving on.
Moving swiftly on, yes. That is a long overdue thing. That's going to happen. That's great. We called it. Okay, he did. I'm taking the credit as well, though.
It's us. I'll allow it. But anyway, 1 point of contention I've got to bring up on SmackDown. Jey Uso working with Roman Reigns against, I believe, Sheamus and King Corbin.
Yes. Your bone of contention with that being?
Roman Reigns didn't appear till the end of the match.
Again?
Yeah.
That gimmick's played out and he's only done it twice.
Yeah, he literally came in, had Uso work the entire match, somehow get the big splash pass. He went for the big splash. Roman tags in. Uso goes for the pin. Referee goes, "You're not legal, man." For then Roman get in, spear, 1, 2, 3. Basically, like his shirt says,
arrive and drive. Sorry, no. What is it?
What was it?
Arrive,
turn up
raise
and win.
hell, leave. No. Oh, turn up and win.
And what made it even worse,
yeah,
we have Paul Heyman, who gives Roman Reigns a new nickname, and fucking Michael Cole went with the fucking man dog.
He has a new nickname.
You remember the Commander-in-Chief?
Oh, yeah.
And yet, Michael Cole reverted back to the big dog.
Because Michael Cole is a big dog turd. Who relies on overwrought cliches and Jesus wept, what is wrong with me today? It's true, but I could have voiced it in a more friendly way. Michael Cole is a loyal servant to the WWE who's given them 25 years of his life, but my God, sometimes he can drive even me, as a fan for longer than that, bloody balmy.
For me, I've just given up on Michael Cole, and I'm not ranting right now because I'm not getting that soapbox out.
We're not getting.
Let's move on quickly.
We're not doing it.
Let's move on quickly.
Let's talk about some good news, shall we?
Move on to NXT,
regarding NXT UK,
please.
And its long-awaited return is this month, fairly soon, a couple of weeks, I think. And when it does return, we will see a new championship. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. A new championship, another one. WWE's got millions of them bastards. What do they need another one for? But this one is actually different.
Mm-hmm.
The in-ring return of NXT UK will take advantage of the fact that it is a showcase for all the best talent from the UK and Europe and introduce the NXT Prestige Cup.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Sorry.
Excuse me?
The Heritage Cup. Forgive me.
I was about to say.
The NXT Heritage Cup. It will be a traditional British wrestling rounds-based 8-man tournament to determine the victor of the initial trophy, which will then be defended in rounds-based matches like a championship would under normal circumstances on NXT UK television. Kind of like the what do you call it? When the Progress Wrestling Tag Team Championships. No, not tag team. Sorry, when the Progress Wrestling Championship was that ludicrous staff with an eagle on it instead of an actual, more traditional championship belt. Yeah.
Can I just stop you there for 2 minutes?
I was only going to give the people who are participating in the 8-man tournament, so yes, feel free.
One is, I'm glad you recovered and mentioned heritage instead of prestige, because I was just sitting there thinking to myself, couldn't What Culture sue?
Probably. Well, no, I don't think they'd win, but yes, they could sue. But yeah, no.
Seeing as they actually had a group that quelled of the prestige, but we won't mention, But anyway, we'll not dive into that too much. And the other thing is, you said it's rules based.
Yeah, rounds based.
Rounds
Based.
Right.
Like World of Sport era British wrestling. The kind on which British wrestling is, well, its entire history is based on.
And by any chance, are they going to be involving handshakes in this?
I haven't read as much, but I wouldn't rule it out.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Expressly say that they're not, so,
And I wouldn't be surprised if they decided to say you're only allowed so many rope breaks as well, either.
Well, the thing is, I'm sure they will decide all of this and let us know in light of the tournament, but that has not been decided or officially stated either yet.
In case anybody wants to know why I'm stating these little, get to the point.
And a certain kind of fan will also be aware of what we're referring to, but just in case they're not, please let them know.
I'll get to the point. It's around about this time where a current tournament is currently happening in ROH. As it returns. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that the Pure Champion, the Pure Tournament?
For the Pure Championship, first championed by the likes of Nigel McGuinness.
Well, take into account, it's not the Pure Championship. I think that the actual championship is now retired, I think.
Yeah, they can unretire it. I think the official line is they had a championship versus championship match and it got unified with the ROH Heavyweight Championship. But
I think they're keeping it as a tournament.
When the Intercontinental title was unified with the World Heavyweight title and then brought back 8 months later, I'm sure it can be ununified if they really, really want to bring the championship back. But for the time being, yeah, it's just a standalone tournament.
It's a tournament, which is a good idea.
Yeah.
But the point being is, the timing of it is very, very close.
Yes, and could potentially not be coincidental. Could. We can't say that for sure, obviously, because we're not on the inside of either organisation and we don't know. But from the outside, it looks mighty chin-strokey.
Yes.
So, with that in mind, would you like to know who is in the 8-man tournament to determine the inaugural Heritage Cup champion?
Yes, please.
Okay, in no particular order. Joseph Connors.
Good
Fred
pick.
Seven.
Good pick.
A-Kid.
Good pick.
Alexander Wolf.
Good pick.
Noam Dar. And, potential spoiler alert, my 2 picks for the final.
Go on.
Flash Morgan Webster.
Yo.
And Dave Mastiff. The 8th mystery competitor will be revealed at the time of the tournament, or during the tournament, or right before their match, or whenever WWE does it to build the most tension. But
I don't know why.
Likely to probably be Cassius Ohno, just because.
No, I doubt it will be, because he's gone, hasn't he?
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he did do a whole gimmick thing based on being the best British wrestler in the world.
He left during that during the mass firings.
Oh, okay.
Which seems to be still ongoing anyway, because I believe Joel Briscoe and a few other people have been let go recently.
Yes.
And there's possibly more on the way, but that could be saved for another week.
Who 2 people who were in the tournament might possibly be.
However,
and a certain person who recently appeared in the NXT North American Championship Tournament preliminary rounds might also be one.
Go on. Oh. Are you referring to Danny Birch?
No, but he is from the same country. I am referring to... Stupid name, because there aren't any ridges in Holland. It's incredibly flat. What are you talking about, you fool? Ridge Holland.
No, I don't think it'll be him. However, I don't know why, out of all them people, for the heritage, why did Connors stand out to me?
Because he is worthy.
They're all good people, but I can see him in the final.
Because he is worthy. He says so himself.
I think he'll be in the final.
Okay.
Against a person who will be the number 8.
Oh, right, okay. You think number 8 will be someone who has history with him, perhaps?
Either history or who's a big face.
Do you think, just slightly possibly spoiling your thunder here, that number 8 might possibly have, at some point in his previous past, utilised the nickname Dynamite?
No.
If you know who that is, you know who that is, but I didn't want to give it away, so if you don't know who that is, I don't know if we're going to tell you.
Please do.
I was assuming that Matt Burns thought that the 8th mystery opponent would be none other than record-holding NXT UK champion Pete Dunne.
Although I am beginning to think it now that you've mentioned it.
Yeah, that's the logic I was going to. Is you know, if you want to hold something back, he's your surefire thing, isn't he? Although if he is, he automatically becomes the favourite.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. So who was your thought then? If not Pierre O'Dunn.
Mine is possibly... And he may not be a face right now, if I'm not mistaken. But the last I heard, he might have been injured.
Right.
I think it was Eddie Dennis.
Aha. Eddie Dennis. No, he's not injured currently, as far as I know. Unless he suffered another injury after he came back from his last one.
Oh, no. Then definitely not him then. So I'll go with yours then.
Hang on, why are we going with a face, necessarily? What's the logic behind that?
Well, I think it'll be a face who'll win it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're saying he'll be in the final against...
Whoever's number 8 is going to be in the final against Connors.
Oh, I see. Whereas I'm saying whoever's number 8 is going to get knocked out in the semi-final by the eventual winner, which will lead to a feud between them. And I think that eventual winner is going to be a Bomber.
Okay.
Because I think the final will be between Flash Morgan Webster, a guy who WWE seem quite rightly to be hot on, and the Bomber, who they also absolutely love, who, let's not forget, has lost one match in his NXT UK tenure.
True. But anyway, we digress.
We do, but yeah, that's going to be happening when NXT UK TV returns, so that's something to look forward to.
Yes. Shall we move on to one of the last subjects?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's move over.
We've covered that, so yeah, let's move on.
Let's move over. Oh, wait. Actually, my mistake. There is a topic that we've got to cover. And can I remember saying to you about the soapbox?
Yeah, let me guess. Project fail. You're going to need it.
I may need it.
Okay. Still only a maybe, but right, what's the subject?
It's to do with how WWE are handling their wrestlers using social media.
Deary me. Thorny topic. Thought you might bring it up. Yeah, controversial.
However, WWE have turned around and stated, because last time we discussed it, there was an accusation last week stating that, remember that WWE was stating that they own their real names. However, they've now since backtracked and said that they are not allowed to use social media like Twitch or anything like that with their wrestling names. It has to be underneath their real names. Cameo wasn't even discussed. Possibly so basically they might be just saying, nope, we don't want you on that.
What wasn't?
Cameo.
I don't even know what that is.
It's where people asking for call outs and being charged a value.
Really? Is it social media? Okay, if you say so.
It's still part of social media because it goes onto social media.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Right.
Needless to say, that's going to bugger Xavier Woods' bloody YouTube gaming channel, isn't it?
Yes, but however, they're all okay with the YouTube stuff because unless they're actually using their real names. However, I think what's probably done up, down, down a massive favour is the fact that they don't actually refer to themselves using their actual full proper wrestling names.
Do they use their gamer tags by any chance?
They're using different names. They're using their own references, their own little markups. I don't even think. I think David was.
Tags, is that the case?
It's either gamer tags or something similar. You get what I mean?
Yeah, in a way that makes it exempt. Yeah, which is good because to just destroy something which has its own independent fan base, like Up, Down, Down, on a whim to try and get back at one particular person.
It's not just at one particular person. They're basically trying to say that they want them to control the narrative. However, what they're saying is, if you are doing it, you have to make WWE aware of it.
Yeah. So, in theory, if someone who makes WWE a shit ton of money, like AJ Styles...
No, anyone...
says, I'm going to do it and I'm using the name AJ Styles, they may well exempt him, provided that he actually tells them first.
Nope, not allowed to use their wrestling names. They're saying they want to know about it even if they're using their real name.
Sounds a little bit, close to the knuckle for me, but okay.
To some, it comes across as if to say, is this WWE trying to control the narrative, especially with them being a worker, seeing it's being linked with them? Yes, okay, you can understand, because if they did something controversial on there, that can impact WWE in a massive, massive way.
No, that's understandable.
However, on the flip side...
these are supposed to be independent contractors, so therefore stuff they do and make money from outside of WWE... I can kind of see WWE's point. If you're doing something which doesn't involve your main employer, then using the name that your main employer owns, it doesn't look brilliant, does it?
Well done for stealing the exact counter argument I was going to use.
Sorry, but it's kind of so logical. Be a little bit like if, for example,
basically. What I'm trying to rack my brain about it is the fact of WWE would have a right to complain if they were officially hired as employees.
Yeah.
But why is WWE stating that they've got to do this and follow the rules and jump through the hoops and everything? Because in the original discussion, if I'm not mistaken, because in the original warning was stating that if they didn't stop by a certain date, that they would basically be litigated to being punished to no pay, basically time off with no pay, or worst case scenario, let go.
I think this is going to rumble on and on because, like you say, I'm not sure. Although I have to say, I probably agree with WWE in the sense that, like I say, if you're doing a YouTube channel that's to do with computer games and which makes WWE no money, how you think you can use a name which WWE owns and which does make them money, I'm not really sure how that works.
No, that's fine, but for me personally, I just feel as though they're taking a bit... For me personally, they should have a right. I understand WWE's right on copyright, no doubt about it. The problem is, why are the wrestlers not allowed to be able to use that copyright? Because technically that is them. And in a sense, if that was the case, what if they were going to be having a discussion, couldn't they actually work out a deal where they actually get WWE get...
All WWE's got to do is work out a deal where they get 10% of any revenue
that
the person makes from using the name which they own outside of the sphere in which they own it, and surely all sides are happy.
Yes, and to make matters even weirder, it just seems a bit unusual in regards to that of how they've actually done this. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Where's my monster? Sorry.
It's in Booker T's room of candles.
Doesn't make sense.
I go in and sweep that place every week, relight the burnt out candles. Bloody Booker T never comes back. Found that's not how you spell Jackson. Riker in there a few weeks looking for his TV time that his big mouth cost him, but I've never seen Booker T.
But anyway. Let's just keep it's just a bit of an unusual topic because I know a lot of people can turn around and say, well, what's your thoughts on this? Now, personally, if they're using their real name, I've got no issues with that because that clears up that issue. I can understand WWE having the complaint of they own the right to their wrestling name, but not their real name. But the fact that they're trying to control the narrative over their real names,
yeah, that strikes me as a little.
Basically,
that is too much because
for me,
essentially WWE owns their wrestling name, but nothing more.
I can understand the sense of they're saying that they need to make him aware of it. That's fine if they're asking it, but given it as an order, I don't agree with because
I completely agree with you there. Yeah,
outside of work, it's literally what they're saying is we control you around the clock 24/7, even your real life name.
Even though you're an independent
which is
contractor,
not right.
and we don't legally, we can't.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's
It's
what I
like
mean.
WWE are trying to basically have both sides. So while I agree with them on the one side, like about the name that they own, yeah, you can't have your cake and eat it. It's,
Genuinely, I was just about to say that them exact words out my own mouth. And hang on, have we actually just discussed this without even using the soapbox?
Yep, it's sitting over there in the corner looking right forlorn and it has not been touched.
And we've actually had a conversation about it.
We've just had a sensible conversation about the ethics of workplace law, and we haven't used a soapbox. Neither of us have said a naughty word, and it's all been quite amicable. I don't know what's wrong with us.
It's bizarre world. This bizarre world doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
We're in the upside down. It's official.
It's like, how did that happen? But anyway,
I don't know. But needless to say,
but either way, I have just a second to remember that one topic I want to discuss.
I thought you would. That's all good. What is it?
And the best thing about it is, because we've just finished that discussion, we can now move straight into it, as this would be the final WWE piece of news.
Rock and roll?
And it's to do with Otis.
Otis. Not
Yes.
Redding.
Now, a lot of people are probably thinking, you're probably thinking the other topic that we discussed before. No, it's not that one. It's one that we actually covered last week, involving the Money in the Bank.
Involving Mr. Money in the Bank.
No, the actual Money in the Bank contract.
Oh, I see. Oh!
Yes.
Yes. The one that was that had Otis's lunch in it.
Yes. What happened this week?
You mean there was an escalation from that? Hang on. Just for the benefit of those at home, e.g. me, who has no idea and can't remember, who stole it?
Right. First week, Miz was against Otis and Morrison stole it.
Yes.
Originally. Run off with it and Miz was chastising Morrison, saying that...
Stating the logical fact, you've got the briefcase, that doesn't mean you've won it, you don't own the contract, you doofbag.
Yeah. And then had Morrison presently open it. But the one even more funny is, before he opens it, Otis reveals to Tucker that he didn't keep it in that briefcase.
He doesn't keep the Money in the Bank contract in the Money in the Bank briefcase. Oh, no.
No.
He keeps his lunch in it because that's bigger than his lunchbox.
Yes, and keeps his lunchbox. His lunchbox has got the contract in the lunchbox.
In his little lunchbox, yes.
Now, what happened this week?
A variation on that theme?
We had Otis versus Morrison.
Aha. Oh no.
I've got to compose myself.
Do I sense the soapbox is suddenly going to get usage after all?
No. I've got to compose myself to stop myself from laughing.
Okay, wow, it's that bad. I mean, I know they played the whole Otis character for laughs, but...
No, this was actually clever.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing how they actually continue this.
Well, given the high hopes I didn't have when they started this angle, that's quite a save. What have they done?
Right, you got Morris in the corner. He's about to get him beat up. He's leaning. He's in the corner where the Money in the Bank's briefcase and the lunchbox is.
Yes.
Miz is on commentary, calling everything, saying blah blah blah. You know, he hates Otis. Why is he Mr. Money in the Bank? For then somehow Miz jump off the commentary, run to near the entranceway. For then Morrison grab the lunchbox and throw it over to the Miz, who's run off with the lunchbox, Money in the Bank. And while Morrison is going, yay, he gets absolutely creamed by Otis.
Yes.
Put down and pinned. Now Tucker comes in going, oh, what the hell? You know, you stole your lunchbox. He's got your Money in the Bank. What the hell? Otis grabs the suitcase. He doesn't look like he's panicking again.
Again, Otis is in control.
Huh? We then cut to a scene to backstage. Tucker goes, I think he's down the hallway. I think I know where he is. He's like, and he goes, Tucker, don't worry about it. No, Tucker, don't worry about it. You haven't got it. What do you mean you haven't got it? I'll show you. And I will say it did take an extra few seconds for him to open up the briefcase.
Yeah, of course. Because he's like a tactical genius, but he can't open briefcases.
Oh no, it was done. It looks like a botch. It does, but the botch actually adds to Otis.
You know, I was going to say it adds to the whole thing, but the sounds of it, like he got away with it and it worked.
Right, he pulled. It was a botch, but he managed to pull it up. But then, as he opens it, he goes, "I don't keep it in that lunchbox." To then opens the briefcase to find a lunchbox that's already open with the contract already in, to make it fit in, to pull it out, put with the contract. He's like, and you just see Finger just look and just go, huh? Tucker's like, that's genius. For then the camera to cut to the Miz and Morrison,
who are like, Jesus, we had it last week and we didn't even know.
Wait, Morrison? No, because he switched it again. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Switched it
For
back,
Morrison didn't say, hang on, Miz, didn't you chastise me last week for saying, even if I'm holding it, I'm not the owner of it?
So far, so accurate, yes.
Miz goes, yes, but I've actually spoke to a lawyer who says the actual contract may actually have some loopholes. If we can get the contract to his lawyer, he could find some loopholes and use it to their benefit.
Okay.
Which they're looking excited for them to then open up the lunchbox and go, oh, great. Pulls out an apple core and eats an apple core. Morrison, like, really looking like he's let down as Miz passes him and goes, right, that's it. I've had enough. I'm calling somebody in. and then, you know, that's it for this week. We've got to find out who Miz is called next week.
How to take a dead-end 10-second angle, make it last 3 weeks, and, here's the crucial bit, actually make people still care.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Genius.
It's absolutely genius. Because I'm sitting there watching it, thinking to myself, how have they pulled this off?
Yeah, you're sat there watching it thinking, I'm still watching this. How?
And who came up with this genius idea?
Yes. And how did they manage to pitch it to Vince McMahon, get it past the initial that's bullshit phase, and actually get it to air because they're a genius?
It's comical. It's absolute comedy at its best. Personally.
Bad wrestling comedy at its finest.
But it's done in such a way where it's like...
I haven't seen it actively, but I can imagine The Miz and Morrison are hamming it up full scale. Like, we're clearly not taking this seriously. Except we kind of are, because, you know, we're giving it everything, but we know it's a spoof sort of thing. Yeah, it's a weird thing. You can see it coming, if you got what I mean. You know it's going to come, but the punchline is still funny. It's kind of a bit like all the stuff with Eugene. You knew exactly what was coming, but it was executed so well most of the time you didn't actually mind. However, I go along with it. I know some people don't like the Eugene storyline that happened on WWE.
there is one good thing that came out of that storyline, that entire storyline.
And that is
the promo that William Regal did against Triple H.
Oh yeah.
Need I say more?
For those of us that, remind me what that was.
All I'll say to you is, I'm not going to cover it right now. I'm going to possibly cover that on a separate episode, but I have covered it already.
Fair enough.
But all I'll say to you is, Regal cut a face promo, but with heel tones against another heel in such an amazing way. It was like...
it should be promo class 101 for all trainees at NXT. Yeah.
No. He still kept his heelish language, but because who he was aiming it at, and the way he did it was such oomph.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. It was perfect.
Let's just say this: the way Regal cut that promo against Triple H, I've never been more so proud to be British.
A pride that is being sorely tested at the moment, but yes,
legitimately amazing promo. Highly recommend anyone to check it out. If you want to know where to look it up, just look it up on YouTube. Genuinely,
there is a reason why many people in the wrestling industry and fans refer to William Regal as the best wrestler to never ever be recognised as a world champion.
No, but that promo in my mind says he just upped his game. Good Lord.
Beautiful.
But anyway.
Right, that's that covered. I think we've sorted that now.
That's WWE covered.
We must move on, because the world of wrestling is not simply WWE.
No.
As you might have had, heard us allude to when we mentioned Ring of Honor. Mm-hmm. But we're not going back there. Oh, no.
No. We're jumping over across
going to
AEW.
But we are... Oh, okay. I was going to do a whole minute-long thing about how it was going to be TNA, and then it wasn't. But okay. AEW it is.
We could discuss TNA, but we'll be here all day in a positive light, actually.
Yeah, actually, we could do that next week, maybe. I don't know.
I would say let's do that next week, because lately, I will say, TNA Impact Wrestling have been doing some good stuff lately.
Knocking it out the park, yeah.
Especially for the storylines.
Which is not something you can say for long periods of their history, so it's nice to be able to be positive about it.
It is, massively.
Yeah,
massively.
But for now, we need to switch to absolute egomaniac wrestling.
And I just realised there is a rumour corner. We have got a rumour corner, and I will have to discuss it a bit later.
Uh-oh. Soapbox not safe yet.
Soapbox is safe because the rumour is an interesting one.
Oh, I see. Okay then. Well.
Anyway.
Let's talk about AEW. What has happened with regards to
AEW? Well, AEW keep firing.
The USA's number 3 promotion, technically, if we regard Raw and SmackDown in WWE as 1 and NXT as number 2. Or if we're just going to lump all of them together.
NXT can't compete.
Yeah, if we're going to lump all of WWE together, it's the number 2 promotion.
Actually, unfortunately, even if you stay to NXT, if the ratings go by it, it's still technically the number 2 brand.
Still the number 2, and NXT is the 3rd. Interesting.
But anyway, before we get onto that, let me set the tone for you.
Okay.
AEW, do you remember the topic that we just discussed earlier about the social media stuff?
Yeah.
AEW haven't been gentle in making sure that was fired at WWE repeatedly by having someone probably mentioning please go to my Twitch stream or social media, and even putting out a message at the bottom saying this message has been endorsed by All Elite Wrestling.
Well, yeah. There's nothing quite like capitalising on something to get you some clicks and some followers. Yeah.
Basically saying that that they approve of workers being able to use social media and everything, and even allowing them to use their actual wrestling names as well,
which is acceptable and fair.
And the fact that Khan is even stated on the record how they wouldn't even dream of it. And the reason being, if anyone turns around and says, "Oh, why would Tony Khan be not against it?" Oh, if I'm not mistaken, how did all the wrestling get basically built?
On the back of social media.
In case anybody wants to know, what's social media? The elite, the elite. But anyway, we'll leave it there. But anyway, the weird thing about it is, oh dear, what a day it was for AEW.
Oh dear. Oh, I thought this was positive news.
Oh, what a day. Oh, dearie me.
Oh,
and I'm saying, oh, what a day for AEW. Oh, what a day for WWE.
Right, enough being cryptic. What are you talking about?
Let's just say Kip Sabian decided to state he was introducing his best man.
I thought AEW had quietly eased Jimmy Havoc out the door.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, okay, so it's not him.
No, it's not him. They teased that it could have been a certain loose cannon's son.
A certain Flying Junior.
Yep.
It could still be in the future, but it's not yet.
No. They actually had him come out and it's like, no, it's not him, and pretty much got rid of him.
Okay.
And introduced the actual best man.
I'm sorry, I meant that he could still be involved in AEW in the future.
Oh, yeah, he is.
But yeah.
They then built it up. The actual person, right, they built up music, and all of a sudden, as soon as he said his name, it's like, oh, good Lord.
Yeah. He's not just a best man.
He is
the best man.
Best man. He is.
Ladies and gentlemen, this day shall from henceforth be known as Miro Day.
Miro Day. And everyone's thinking, Miro Day? Miro Day? What's Miro Day?
Yes. You know when I do that thing before I do the warning at the start of the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tribute to the original day upon which that idea is based.
Yeah.
Just as a clue, if anyone hasn't quite got it yet.
Yeah, it was formerly Rusev Day.
Yes.
But now Miro Day.
By Aiden English, who is now no longer in WWE and who may join Miro.
Oh no, he's actually done his first wrestling match outside, and he's now dubbing himself as the Drama King.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, might he be suddenly acquired by AEW to reenact Miro Day entrances, or would WWE be able to sue him for that because it's too?
I think that'd be a bit too much.
Nah, okay.
Personally, however, the only discussions though. I
don't think it would, on account of the fact that
they have been in discussions.
ECW essentially, the BWO was a parody. They can't sue us because it's parody. Were Joey Styles' famous words to describe how the BWO wasn't copyright infringing on the NWO. So
he's not wrong though.
Yeah, so that might be the way AEW play it. Who knows? But anyway, the point is, the artist formerly known as Rusev, Miroslav Barnishev, now known as Miro.
Yeah.
For those who can't pronounce that.
Is Miro, and he is, and he's also on. He's also been doing his game streaming as well.
Yes.
Still keeping that up. But anyway, we digress. But do you know how big of a week that was?
I do not, but I have a feeling you're about to tell me.
Miro Day was an epic day for AEW.
Yes.
Because NXT that week produced over just below 900,000 viewership.
Was this on a Super Tuesday?
That was on Super Tuesday.
That's not going to go down well.
Right. While also competing against the NBA in the final hour of it.
Which may possibly be why it was slightly less.
And WWE may also try to throw in the fact that I believe Impact Wrestling is also on a Tuesday night as well.
Which is going to eat a small portion of the audience, yes, undeniably.
But it's not, because if anything, Impact Wrestling took more of the bigger hit than NXT.
Yeah, but WWE will blame anything for poor ratings. You know this
Right.
from experience.
What was AEW's viewership?
If we just bear in mind, you just said for context, NXT's was 900,000.
Just below it.
Yeah, so I'm going to guess that AEW's rating was 910,000.
No.
Well, give us a clue, higher or lower?
Higher.
Ooh, so I was right. It beat NXT just by more than I thought.
Yeah, it did. You think?
950,000?
Keep going.
Is it 955,000?
Keep going.
Is it 956? Okay, that joke's done now.
Yeah.
Did it hit the magic 7 figures?
It hit over 1 million viewers.
Over 9,000 viewers. I mean, 1 million viewers.
Went unchallenged.
Yeah. Which is a
But
good
the funny
sign.
thing about it is, a lot of people are stating NXT also increased its viewership as well, even though it's just below the 900 mark. But basically, what people are saying is, if they go on separate dates, both shows will actually end up producing more viewership for both brands.
Yes,
now, a lot of people are saying, right, Vince McMahon's going to be going, right, goddammit, get back to Wednesday night, let's be a threat to them. However, there is one counteract to this right now.
And that would be?
Vince McMahon could actually get overthrown on what day NXT is actually aired.
By the CEO of NXT.
No. Higher than that person.
Oh, by the CEO of the network.
How about the network?
USA Network, which, lest we forget, NXT is no longer network exclusive. He can't get overthrown by the WWE Network CEO because why would he overthrow himself? But the network of the CEO of the USA Network, on the other hand, might have something to say about it.
Pretty much. Oops.
Silly sausage.
But with all that, it's massively interesting.
No, it's fantastic news that they broke 1 million, even if it was unopposed, and let's see if they can keep it up.
I think they will. It's going to show that wrestling is still getting up and up on the rise,
Yeah,
getting
absolutely.
more viewership. It's getting good.
Well,
and have you been keeping up to with NXT lately?
I have yet to see the latest episode, but I know who the champ is, if that's what you're referring to.
Who is the champ?
Bask in his glory, for he is limitless. Oh wait, sorry, wrong month. The champ is not watching the industry because the industry is watching him.
Damn right.
Your winner and 2-time NXT champion.
Yeah. 2-time.
Yes.
And take into account, I'm sorry to say this, called it.
Yeah, you did.
I did. However, what I didn't expect was what happened after.
What happened after, just for those that aren't sure?
After, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Triple H was there giving Balor a hug, and as he was speaking with Balor, his opponent came walking over and stated he respected the hell out of Balor and even threw up the "too sweet" sign.
Opponent being Adam Cole.
Yes.
Unexpected moment, but unexpected in a good way.
And then after, he even had an interview done with him after, where they actually discussed that, and he goes, yeah, he was the better man on the night. He got the better of me. But, but he better pray that he doesn't give me another chance at that, because I will make sure on any other given night that I am the better man, and I will become the NXT champion again, and that is undisputed. But in a very, very facey way.
Yeah. which completely counteracts everything that the UE do on television when they beat the living crap out of 120 pounds wet through of Spud, Drake Maverick.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
And that leads us into Rumour Corner.
Rumour Corner. And the last serious point of tonight's show.
Yeah, well, one of.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, the epic moment is serious, but I mean, it's the last bit of news, isn't it?
Yes. But anyway, we've got to discuss this.
Yeah.
There's two rumours. One of them being, Adam Cole, baby, turning face and possibly being kicked out of UE.
To be replaced or just to take them down to a threesome? Which?
Take him down to a 3.
Okay. Yeah, okay, so...
Possibly. Or they could replace him, who knows?
I think they could replace him, and I think I know how they could do it.
Go on.
Bear in mind how, for months before he joined, Roderick Strong fought against UE.
Yeah.
I think it's all a smokescreen.
Ooh.
I think the new members are going to be Drake Maverick and Killian Dane.
No.
Nah, I'm joking. I'm just throwing an idea out there. I don't think that's going to happen. Would be good, though, wouldn't it?
No.
Do you not think?
No.
What? Drake Maverick as UE mouthpiece?
No. I can see Drake Maverick and a certain Killian Dane teaming up against UE eventually when Killian Dane stops headbutting him.
Yeah. Possibly. No, I was just throwing a speculation out there. So who do you think the new leader might be of the...
No idea. I think it will end up being Roderick Strong.
Possibly.
But anyway, we digress. Are you ready for the second rumour?
I wasn't really ready for the first one, but I'm sat down, so go for it. What's the worst?
We've dealt with the first one. Here comes the second one. Bray Wyatt may get an additional person.
Eh?
He may have an additional person joining him.
You mean above and beyond the potential for Sister Abigail to exist in human form?
An additional person.
A third person?
Yes.
Okay. Well...
And it interests me because who the person is, because it would fit. It would so fit.
Okay, I'm going to wildly guess now.
Go on.
Does this person like fading to black?
No.
Because that would fit.
It's somebody who he works for WWE, but he hasn't wrestled for WWE yet. But he is a worker.
Interesting.
And he's not small.
He's not small.
He is not small.
I am genuinely struggling. Hang on. Works with WWE. Hasn't wrestled for WWE at all.
Nope.
Oh, interesting. So it's not someone who's on the naughty list, but is still technically employed, like Lars Sullivan, then?
He's definitely not on the naughty list. Definitely not.
We're talking about the person who this is, not Lars Sullivan. Yes. Okay.
No, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
okay. Okay, just while I'm thinking about that, I've had a side thought of who might become the new leader of the UE in NXT if Adam Cole does leave.
One.
Swerve, ladies and gentlemen. Swerve in the finest Eric Bischoff tradition.
Isaiah Scott.
It was... No. As in, this is a swerve. It was me, Undisputed Era. It was me all along. I've been orchestrating you from the sidelines, and now I've got rid of that arsehole. I'm your leader.
Pat McAfee.
Yep.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Gamikai.
ladies and gentlemen, Matt Burns either 100% agrees or is seriously considering me no longer being on the Burning Truth because he disagrees so strongly. And I'm genuinely not sure which it is.
Just no. No. No.
Okay, that is genuinely more an I do not want that to happen than an I don't think that will happen from Matt Burns, ladies and gentlemen.
Just no.
Fundamentally opposed to that on a cellular level. Which makes me want it to happen all the more, let me just say.
Just no. Just no. If that happens, I will find a way to get on NXT TV to put a stop to it. I will find a way.
I think the previously aforementioned just cutting up your WWE Network subscription will do the job, but okay.
No, just no. It's just no. No.
But anyway, enough about Yui. We're talking about somebody who might possibly get to work with Bray Wyatt, and I genuinely don't have a clue. Hence that massive Pat McAfee red herring. Who is it?
The person who I originally thought who might be joining Bray Wyatt's group
is
standing at a 6'8", 350 pounds.
Yes,
that's where he's bailed at. That's where he's billed from.
Yeah.
He is actually okay. He's a lot older than what people give it. He is 46, so I don't expect him to be the main event picture because because you know what Vince is like with his age.
Yeah, Vince hates being reminded that he's mortal. We know this.
He is billed from parts unknown and actually made his career from Impact Wrestling.
Might we possibly be talking about the man who really has what can only be described as a worrying fondness for monsters' balls?
Yes.
Yeah, interesting. Joseph Park? What good will a man in a suit do Bray Wyatt? Seriously.
Rumour has
right, you mean because of the whole alter ego thing?
Yes. Rumour has it that Abyss could end up being involved.
That I would like to see, ladies and gentlemen.
Now do you see why Rumour Corner was so interesting?
Yes, because that is something that it took me a while to get there, but I got there, and now I've got there, I am like Fry in Futurama. Shut up and take my money.
Shut up and take my money.
Yes.
Actually, I was actually thinking you might go down the other way. You know, the squint. Is it Abyss or is it Joseph Parks?
Yeah, I could have gone that way, but no. Shut up and take my money. I already did the Joseph Park gag.
Definitely. But straight away, it just massively screams to me, we need this. We need this.
We need this in our collective lives. We absolutely do. WWE, I have 2 words for you. Yes, the second one is it. No, the first one is not that one. Grow up.
Actually, I apologise.
Those 2 words for you are do it.
Actually, I do apologise right now.
Have you just led us royally up the garden path for something that can never happen?
I actually made it slip up.
Well, he's a man. He's admitted it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't hold it against him. What have you done?
The slip up. He is a producer, Joseph Park is. However, Joseph Park has been on WWE television.
I was going to say, has he not been possibly involved in WWE television in the same way that a certain Bray Wyatt... No, Bray Wyatt, excuse me. Braun Strowman was being Braun Strowman.
You ready for this?
Was he a rosebud?
No, you ready for this?
Go on.
He was brought in just under a month ago for one appearance on August 14, 2020, episode of SmackDown. Park made his on-screen WWE debut appearing as a tactician for AJ Styles.
Okay, I did not see that coming.
That's it. That's the only mistake I made.
Oh, okay,
I said
fair
he
enough.
never made his
Well, he's
debut on
never
WWE
wrestled for
television.
WWE. He's made an appearance, however, so you're half right.
Yeah, thank you. I thought I'd just point that out because
Yeah,
I
no,
know,
that's fine, just in case.
I know.
Because we wouldn't have minded if you'd got in touch, but you don't have to. You don't have to write a furious missive because he knows.
I covered it
Bat
in the same
knows.
episode. I covered it in the same episode. I thought I'd just get it off my chest and just get it done with. But anyway, I believe that's about it right now, is it? For the new stuff?
I believe so, yes. I think that is news. That is a wrap for news.
But anyway.
A news wrap, if you will.
Let's get on to the...
Jesus, don't call it a news wrap. The Miz and Morrison might try and write in an inverted commas song about it. Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time in a single broadcast, Matt Burns cannot speak because he is laughing. Today is a good day.
Today is a good day. But
this is the kind of light-hearted look at wrestling that we always want the Burning Truth to be, but sometimes, due to the content that we're presented with, it just can't be. More of this, please, WWE. More stuff that makes us think like this.
Yeah, but keep us happy.
Yeah.
But anyway, we digress. We've got to get to the epic wrestling moment.
And we know that ever since we introduced this, we said it was going to, in theory, be a balance of epic moments and epic fails, and then we've pretty much done all epic fails. So
mostly, bar last week.
Turn that around this week, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we mentioned it last week, didn't we? An epic moment.
Possibly. Yeah, well, like I said, that was the first one, but we're going to continue to sway the balance and bring it back to hopefully an even keel with another positive epic moment in wrestling today. Well, it was a positive moment unless you're a fan of one of the people involved, but even if you are, I think you can understand where we're coming from with this.
Oh, damn right. Because let's just get straight down to it and just state what it is.
Hashtag I'm sorry, I love you.
Need we say more other than that? Because
we basically don't, but we're going to have to for the sake of the broadcast.
In case anybody wants to know when this was from, I'll set the date, 30th of March, 2008.
The moment when a legendary career came to a unfortunate but appropriate end.
The retirement of Ric Flair.
After
his super kick.
36 years.
Yeah, a super kick that...
Super kick heard round the universe.
Oh, blooming hell. However, the reason why I would say it's an epic moment, but it does have a bit of epic fail because what Flair did after this moment, when he moved over to TNA/Impact Wrestling, but don't take away. It still doesn't take away from the moment at that time, because when you saw that moment, you could see Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair in that career-ending match.
Yes.
You can see Shawn Michaels being hesitant to pull that kick on more than one occasion, and you can see Ric Flair saying, "Don't you play it easy on me? Don't you make it easy on me?"
Yes.
To then all of a sudden see, "I'm sorry, I love you," and then sweet chin music.
Yeah.
Oh, what a thump to the chest that was. What a thump to the chest that was.
Yes.
Legitimately. Because to me, when I saw that, and bear in mind I was watching this live, I got a lump in my throat straight after watching it.
Yes.
And I'm like... And what makes it worse, as much as you could see it predictably coming, as much as you could see it coming,
it didn't make it any less of a tragic moment.
You didn't want it to happen.
No, absolutely not.
But when we say epic moments, We're not saying it has to be good, bad, or anything.
No.
We have our fail moments.
Just moments that stand the test of time.
Exactly. Even the fail moments are still classified as epic. They're epic in their own right. So, in actual fact, when we were referring to them as fails and everything, it's wrong to say that because they're not. Because they are still an epic moment. They're still an iconic moment, just for a whole different reason.
Exactly.
It's just, it's one that it can, be it whether it affected you in a comical way, be it either it affected you in a upset way, be it affected you in a happy way.
Yeah.
As long as that moment has managed to make you feel something,
it's done its job.
It's done its job.
And seriously, there wasn't a dry eye in the house, especially where I was watching that WrestleMania. I believe it was before I'd ever actually met Matt Burns.
I believe it was, yeah.
But yeah,
I believe it was.
There was not a dry eye in the house where I was watching that night.
Legitimately, absolutely epic.
Yes. Mr. WrestleMania, bringing an end to the career of the man who was never officially called that, but basically Mr. Wrestling, for his contribution over the course of his career.
Or the dirtiest player in the game.
The Nature Boy.
Woo!
Yes.
Ric Flair. Definitely. But anyway, we digress.
That is a brilliant moment and a great and fitting way. We've got to the end of the whole show and we haven't used the soapbox, so let's focus on that. Let's end before we think of something where we need to.
Well, before we get on to that,
Uh-oh.
I'm going to get one thing off my chest right now. And it's a good one. It's a good thing.
I should hope so.
It's a good thing. It's just I want you to, if anybody is listening in, and they don't want us to do this idea, what I'm going to propose, or anything, let us know. Or if you want to add any ideas you want to hear, or because basically, I'm thinking of introducing something to the Burning Truth that we have sort of done briefly ourselves, possibly on
in the past,
in the past, but it's something that I feel as though. Yes, a lot of people are doing them. Yes, they are. A lot of people say we did so many of them.
Yeah, but yes, at the same time, we need to put the Burning Truth opinions out there.
Yes,
and just once and for all end the debate as far as we're concerned, and say, as far as the Burning Truth is concerned,
here are our thoughts.
These are our collective 2 penny worth each, so 4 penny worth.
And my idea is, why don't we bring out some top 10 list for the Burning Truth?
Yes. The Burning Truth presents the top 10 Booker T's Room of Candles moments.
Good. Will you stop?
Top 10... will you stop? Reminds me. Top 10 commentary catchphrases. Top 10 WrestleMania moments. Top 10
counters.
Musics.
Top 10 counters, or top 10 counters to a certain move. Who knows?
Top 10 colours for wrestling gear. Could be anything, might be stupid. The point is, top 10 lists are a great way to encourage debate, which is something we're all about here on The Burning Truth.
Damn right.
So,
Damn right. I agree with that. It's going to be interesting. I'm hoping that we can start building up a top 10, possibly. That they could even be part of a side episode, a side list if necessary. Or who knows, if we do actually start doing them properly, we could even try implement them as a bit of a different list in a certain way. Might even present a top tier list. If it might even have its own segment. Who knows?
You never know. We could do that.
Let us know.
Let us know what you think. Do you think we should? Do you have an idea on what format it should take? We might not necessarily go with what you think, but we definitely value your input.
Yes. Definitely. But anyway, that's it for this week's topics and discussions, and we'll now move on to the plugs. Just for the speed quality right now, I'm just going to be rushing through these right now for this week.
Go ahead. That's all good.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we highly recommend you check out UKWA, also known as UK Wrestling Alliance. For all your photography needs, check out Tony Knox, Jessica Servo Photography, Kerry Swift Photography, and for all your videography needs, BA Production, SW Video. All of them do absolutely amazing work. We, of course, also recommend you check out charitable organisations like Changes for Health and Wellbeing, Changes Recovery Radio, Mind, Message for Mind, Donald Reed's Hospice Care for Children and Young People, and Cancer Research UK. The information that they have on their website could prove massively useful and could actually end up helping somebody else. You never know. We have, of course, always highly recommend you check out the lighter side of professional wrestling, be it either through Botchamania, you're welcome Matthew, and Wrestle Crap.
Nice one, R.D. Reynolds.
And of course OSW Review, especially with their What Bar?
Yeah, cheers guys.
And of course, we also recommend you check out our fellow podcasters, broadcasters, and everything, especially BT, the Pull or Pass radio show, hosted by Magic Mark Adams, be it either Don't Say the C Word or any of his other podcasts that he has. We the Independent, that's with an IE and not a Y, with Pineapple Pete, aka Sugar Dunkerton, and many of his colleagues. We also, of course, recommend Think Wrestling Beat, especially the Talking Wrestling interviews, hosted by none other than Tom Baker. And we're not talking about the certain Doctor Who.
The Fourth Doctor. We mean my UKWA commentary colleague, Tom Baker.
We, of course, also recommend you check out Train Pop Culture as well. And actually, I need to stop there for a second.
Okay.
Train Pop Culture.
Yes.
Well, I've got to say, I don't recommend one of their episodes, and at the same time, this is going to be a little bit naughty of me for.
Is it because you're on it?
It's not because I'm actually on it. I'm mentioned.
Oh, rock and roll.
And ladies and gentlemen, when they mention me in the topic, I have got to say this on air, just so I can say it in a million messages. I'd rather have them hear my voice stating it as well, as such, so it's actually, so you can verify it is me.
Fair enough.
Thank you very much for the kind words and the respect that you bestowed on me. 100%. It was very, very humble to see.
Did they tell all their listeners to listen to The Burning Truth? Because that's awesome for me. So
thank you very much. They gave a shout out to myself, stating I was a one to watch.
Sweet.
One to watch, and I couldn't. It's just, it's humbling. It was a nice message.
In the best
genuinely.
Way, yeah, absolutely. That's cool.
And I'm not saying check them out because of them stating that to me. If anybody wants any proof of me stating this, just check the past episodes.
Yeah, he says it every week. It's not. He's
I've
not
been
doing
saying
it
it every
solely
week
because of that. But hey, he's just saying thanks. Returning the favour at this particular week.
Pretty much. Highly recommend them all, and who knows, I wouldn't mind having them as a guest on the Burning Truth, so we can actually have a possible full round table discussion.
Ooh, that'd
be an interesting episode.
Yeah, that would be fun. I would be up for that as well.
Definitely. We, of course, also recommend you check out Hatred Theory, as they've always got massive interesting topics and find a way of turning hatred into absolute comedy and always producing laughs. We, of course, also recommend you check out Kayfabe Music, as they're doing absolutely amazing, and this is how good they are. We use their music as our theme music for this show. We, of course, also recommend you check out Turnbuckle TV / Powered for TV. That is still building, getting bigger and more dominant as we speak, and generally cannot wait until.
If you ever look out the window any day recently and you can't see the sun, don't worry, it's just Powered for TV. They're just getting that huge that they might block it out if you're not careful.
It is interesting because generally highly recommend them, especially during this time. Low prices on it, because if I'm not mistaken, if I'm still not mistaken, it's still $3.99
Currently,
a month.
I'm not sure of how much longer, but yes, currently $3.99 a month for the Wrestling Archive, which is still ever growing.
And £1 a week.
Yeah, less than £1 a week not by a measurable amount, but yeah, 99.25 pence a week.
Yeah, pretty much. And of course, we also always recommend you check out local promotion shows, be it either FCW, United Wrestling, Pro Wrestling for You, Future Shock Wrestling, Academy Pro Wrestling, Fallen Star Wrestling, Venom Wrestling Federation, Slam Wrestling, Wolfram Pro Wrestling, and many more. Of course,
Likes of which you can, if you have forgotten one, you can find the one in your local area, or one that you might have heard about.
Wait. So we are, and just in case I have missed any, don't slap me, don't be upset with me. There's an app for it.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah, on the free Babyface Wrestling app. Did I not say that loudly enough? On the free Babyface Wrestling app,
where you can follow your wrestlers and also wrestling promotions, and you can actually do a quick search of your local promotions in the area of any upcoming shows. In the
Midlands area, please follow none other than UKWA. Thank you very much.
We massively would appreciate it.
Oh, absolutely. No end.
And I like how you actually missed something off, but thank you very much. I appreciate you not mentioning this week. But anyway, because it's more or less of...
It's more a time thing. We should crack on, really. I still mean it, even if I don't mention it.
I know, of course. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, please check out the Burning Truth website, which is I'll repeat that, www.theburningtruthuk.com, where you can listen to... You probably listen to us right now on there, or you can possibly listen to past episodes. But anyway, all the external links on there we cannot be held responsible for, because we do not have any control of them.
Nope.
We, of course, have social media, which is Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. You can listen to current episodes, past episodes, and everything, either be through the website, Spreaker, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Deezer, and YouTube, and any other.
Pretty much, with a few exceptions, almost wherever podcasts or broadcasts are podcasted or broadcasted.
Either way. But anyway, that's it for this week. That's a wrap up for this week. And for this week, we are still pointing out the mental health message, especially more so now than ever. Seeing as if I'm not mistaken, we also had a suicide awareness this week.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, makes any bit of prevention all the more appropriate.
More so, especially during this time. And yes, there was also another date that is going to be forever etched in people's minds, but we're not going to dwell on that one. We're going to, not at all, but your mental health is always massively important. We do not take light of it. It is always a serious matter, but we always state this message to everybody. It is okay to be not okay.
Absolutely.
It is not anything. It is not anything. Anything strange. Not anything unusual. Do not think any less of yourself if you. It doesn't listen. It is okay to be not okay. It is okay to feel what you're feeling. If you feel that you need to you need help, don't ever think it's a weakness to ask for help either. Because it's not. Because in doing so, you could end up finding out that there is more care and love around you and for you than you could ever know. And of course, we always highly recommend everyone to never compare your behind the scenes to other people's greatest hits. Quoted by Tom Campbell from Cultaholic. Genuinely 100%. Powerful message there. We of course also always recommend the following message: make yourself a priority once in a while. It's not selfish, it is necessary. And of course, we always recommend everyone, if there is one thing you can be right now, or more than anything, or at any given time, be one thing.
That's right, folks. Be kind.
Be kind.
And just remember, Progress Wrestling Credo 101. If you can't actually be kind, just settle for don't be a dick.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But be kind, I say, my friends. Be kind.
Yes.
But with that, I say thank you very much for listening to this episode. It's been a while since we've been live, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's been probably too long. It's a habit we need to get back into, definitely.
Yes, definitely. But with that, it's been good to be back live. It's been good to, have you listen to us live. We hope to hear from you in the future. But until then, we at the Burning Truth hope you all stay well, stay safe, and until the next episode, we also, of course, recommend you check out your local Leicester promotion, or even, give a shout out to family, friends, and colleagues that you may not have spoken to in a while, be it either a message, a call, or even a shout out, or anything through social media. Who knows? You could end up making their day and making things so much better all round.
And frankly, who doesn't want that little bit of positivity to end the show with?
Exactly. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been Matt Burns.
I've been John Bloor.
And until next week, it has been emotional. We hope you stay well, stay safe. And until then, until next week, it's been emotional. We'll catch you later.
Now. Bye-bye then.